Hello, a very good afternoon to everyone. Are you aware of your mental health and are you concerning about your youth? If you have a youth at home, what are they going through? Today, we are very, very happy because we're going to have two beautiful ladies joining me. They are from Wait Pause, Your Mental Health Awareness Campaign with Allyssa and also Amirah. So she will be coming up later, the two of them. And you know what? This is their first time going live, and they were just sharing with me it's their first time, being interviewed or having a chat session as such. So I want to get all the support from the crowd. If this is your first time you're watching us, welcome to Body Mind Soul magazine platform as well as Body Mind Soul festival platform. And if you are into engaging with me, which what Christina loved the most, and I'm your host. It's weekly. We are doing this weekly. Christina Tang over here. So do one thing for me. Click the share button of the live talk and share it out to all the youth out there who is watching or those parents who are having youth at home. At the same time, drop a comment in the comment box. Let me know who you are, what's your name, and where you're from. I believe and I assume there will be a lot new viewer today because of our two beautiful ladies that are joining us later. So I have Gita. Hello, Gita. Hi. Tuning in from KL. How are you doing? I'm doing great. And before we start, let me just wish everyone 恭喜发财, Happy Chinese New Year, 新年快乐. And welcome to the Year of Ox. Yeah, so for those who have celebrated, especially Hokkiens, I believe one of our speaker can share with us. She's from Penang. And how was it yesterday night for her? I'm sure all the firecrackers and fireworks has been non-stop, beautifying the entire sky the whole night. At the same time, maybe creating surprises for all the fur kids, yeah? And I have over here Salabia Yunus. Hi, Christina. Hello, Salabia. Where are you from? Where are you tuning in? And yeah, so let us know. Usually I'll take some time to kind of like warm up with the crowd. So how about all of you? How are you? How is your holidays in the past week? And how's your Saturday today as well? So today we're going to talk about, listen from these two beautiful ladies who are in their early 20s, sharing with us how they had feel, what is their experience or what was their experience during the entire last year when we were going through the pandemic. It's not like we are not going through it now, but we are still, but slightly different, right? And being a final year student of Universiti Sains Malaysia from USM, Penang, how was it for them and what inspired them and how they have came out with such a beautiful campaign, which is Wait Pause, a campaign run by the team of theirs. And Body Mind Soul had a privilege to be one of their media partner and supported this campaign because we truly, truly believe in what we always say. Body Mind Soul is always here to impact life positively. And it's very beautiful to see younger generations, they are becoming more aware of their mental health, their physical health, as well as their emotional health as well. Yeah, so that's why we decided to do what we do. And we have Salabia over here from Shah Alam supporting the beautiful ladies from Wait Pause. Yes, how about support me in future as well? Thank you very much. I thick face a bit and ask, okay? All right, I can see the two of them are laughing at the backstage. All right, I have Sumaya. Hi from Kapong. Looking forward to this, to the insightful session this beautiful evening. Not evening yet, it's afternoon, but it's nice to see you. Let me just stop over here. Okay, so one thing that Christina loved to do, right, whether you are a new audience or you are an old audience, okay, let me know, have you clicked share button and share out this live talk? So for those who are here to support the beautiful ladies, share out this message because I believe what they shared is really helpful to all those who are going through something. And also for those parents out there to understand, what is our next newer generation, what is going through their mind when especially they are no longer teenager, but they are young adults and they have different kind of mindsets with us. So let more people understand what you guys are thinking of at this point of time. It's nice to catch up. So share out the live talk. And one thing about me is I love doing this. And for all those who are regular to live talk, when I'm warming up my palms, you know what is coming up. Okay, meaning I am going to push out the two ladies from the backstage to the front. So clap, clap, clap. Warm up your palms to clap together with me so that we can welcome. Let me see. Today I have to do a few things. Welcome Allyssa to the house, who is the project director of Weight Pause. Allyssa, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am excited as you are, but let me just bring out your partner in crime, which is Amirah, who is
Hello.
yes, who is the head of public relationship department for Weight Pause. So how are the two of you, two ladies over here?
I'm
Yeah,
good, coping well.
I'm good too.
You want to say hello to your crowd, to your audience and supporter?
Hi, guys. Thanks for spotting us today.
Yeah, thanks so much. There's a lot of comments right now.
Yeah, I have Tira from Penang. I'm here for my beautiful friends. Yes. Okay, so you know what? For all the audience, if this is your first time watching, right, make sure that you constantly put in your comments and it takes some time for it to reflect on my screen. Okay, so make it coming, don't let it stop, right? Make it flowing. So the more comments you have, you let the two ladies know that they are not alone here with me. They have the entire troop behind their back to back them up, right? At the same time, I really want to learn something from the two of you as well. I have over here, woohoo, go Allyssa. How to pronounce his name, yeah? Joe. All right. And Salabia, looking good ladies. You too, Christina. Haha, now you include me in the picture already. I'm very happy. Cantik macam bunga sudah. Okay, so ladies, today we are here to talk about this. Let me just pull out the banner a little bit. It's our 40th, this is marked the 40th episode 40 of Body Mind Soul Live Talk. We have been doing this on a Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock. And today we are here to talk about Weight Pause, your mental awareness campaign. So just briefly to let some of the audience out there to know, when was this Weight Pause campaign? Briefly before we go into the juicy story. Allyssa?
We started on the 11th of November 2020 and we ended on the 3rd of January 2021.
So it was a campaign that was run last year, and it's part of your final year project. Is that
Yes,
correct?
correct.
Okay. But before we go in, right, I want to hear from all the audience. How are you guys after, the entire weight pause has finished, especially those youth who have benefited from this campaign? How are you, and are you continuing what you have learned from weight pause? I have over here, clap, 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 Sumaya. Thank you very much. I have hello from KL, Izati. I'm excited for today's session. Hi, Christina, Allyssa, and Amirah. So sometimes being thick face, when I include myself into your friends, right? They start to put in me into the picture, which I'm very happy. Thank you very much. And whenever you send in heart shape, Christina will always do this, pyong back the heart to you. Like for instance, Body Mind Soul, our admin, thank you for your compliment, heart shape. So I pyong back because I cannot send love on my comments, right? When I'm doing live talk, so I do this physical pyong. All right. So before we go in to share more about weight pause, I want to hear from the two of you, which I feel something that your peers or any of the audience here never really heard of, something that you might not have shared before. So I'll start with Allyssa, Amirah, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no.
So, Allyssa, how was it
Yeah.
for you when the school starts to say, let's not go to school for study, when the first MCO?
Okay, to be very honest, it wasn't very easy for me. Like to the point I would be asking my advisors, my lecturers, like, when can we go back? I'm very excited to go back. It started with 2 weeks of not going to school, and then it went on to 1 month, and then it prolonged even longer, and I've never even gone back to uni till today. So it was very
Oh,
hard for me
until
to,
today?
yeah, until today.
You mean
Because
since last year, March?
yeah, everything was online already.
Oh, wow.
Because if
Wow,
we
at
wanted to
least.
go in, yeah, we would need like special letter or permission, and we would need a solid reason for us to go back to campus. You see, which I don't really have a solid reason except just to see my school again or see the environment of the university again.
Wow,
So,
this
yeah.
is a new piece of information to me. I thought in between you guys get to go back. I didn't know that you guys totally cannot go back. So how many out there who feel the same with Alyssa's missing your school, even though when you are a student you don't really miss the school, but when you're kind of like being forced not to being able to go back to your school, that kind of miss is a different thing. We have Sumaya over here to compliment Amirah. Shaw on point. All right. It's a beautiful way. You know what? I put that shawl before because I need to
Really?
go into masjid for a wedding.
Oh,
So we are
you
all
wear
being.
it like this?
I
Yeah.
try, and then I get my friends to help me to pin. So I know it's not easy to do that. So it's very beautifully done, by the way. I must admit. But Amirah, for you, how was it?
Uh, because I'm from Shah Alam, so it's actually been a while that I went back home. So when the announcement was made by USM, so I was actually super excited to go back. I was like, I even took the first bus home, 7 a.m. in the morning actually. So when I went back home, and then little did I know that that was the last time. If I knew, I would have stayed at the campus and appreciate it even more because I didn't even get to go back at the campus as a student.
Wow. I think
Yeah.
there's something good that we learn over here. You know, there are a lot of times we really don't know what life put ahead of us, right? It's really like I would say it's like a saying of unboxing a box of chocolate. I think it's from Forrest Gump, if I'm not mistaken, right? It's like whatever that you taste, it's at that point of time. You cannot unwind it and try to taste it again because every piece of the chocolate are different. So Amira, you were very excited and then you kind of like regretted it a little bit after later. So hold on. We have a lot of comments over here. We have Nardia woohoo shouting to all of you. We also have Nadia. I miss the school so much. Tira, I'm missing my friends a lot eating at Subaida. I'm sure the two of you know where Subaida is. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, Elkana, missing USM so much. And over here we have Kanan. Hello, Kanan. Hi, Amira and Ellie. Yes, forgotten about me again. Thank you very much, Kanan. Kanan is someone that I spoke to, yeah, because Kanan was the first person that contacted Body Mind Soul to connected us with weight pause, and that was the first time I know such beautiful and I would say a wonderful concept that you all and your team is putting up together for your group of friends and those who you don't know but it's in the same campus. And first of all, I really wish to congratulate the two of you and your entire team for making this such a successful thing. I feel it was a success. I was there during the closing ceremony, and to bring out the awareness of your mental health, your social health, as well as your physical health is something that Body Mind Soul advocates. That's why Body Mind Soul is all about body, mind, and soul. When we talk about body, it's definitely physical. When we talk about mind, it has a lot to do with your mind, your thinking, your mental. And when we talk about soul, it's a lot to do with your feelings, your emotions, as well as your social, because social affects our emotions as well. So I have Aisha over here. I feel you, Amira. So how did you guys go through it? Yeah. For Allyssa first, who is someone that's very outspoken, and you are being requested to lock down.
It's hard. Like to the point when I think it was the first MCO where there was only one person per family that could go out, and then after that, they loosened the restrictions to like two people I think per family, and I was one of them in the family to be begging to be brought to the market together with my mom because
Do
I just
you
couldn't stay
use?
home anymore.
Are you a person who like to go to market before that?
Yeah, I don't mind going to the market. I love grocery shopping, but even
Oh,
more so now that I'm restricted, like I have to just stay at home. So I'm like, please take me, choose me,
choose me, choose me.
choose me.
Okay. How about any of the audience out there who had the same feeling? You know, you guys are slightly different because you also requested to stay at home, and especially for someone maybe who are originally from Penang, you know, so the distance wasn't a thing. Like for Amirah, is different because she gets to go home, and that excites her for some time. But I'll get to Amirah later. So all the viewers out there, you know, share with us how you feel when it was the first time it's being announced lockdown, whether you feel like you get to have a space, you don't have to go to school, I don't have to rush, I don't have to wake up early in the morning. But then eventually things aren't what you think it is. But I think Allyssa has a lot to talk about studying online later. But Amirah, for you, how was it for you during the first lockdown? Besides, you know, you rush back and really look forward to go back to Shah Alam from Penang.
So since it's been a while since I've been back, so I wanted to catch up with my friends that I've been missing and family. And then so when I got back, I just wanted to hang out with them like we usually do because I've been missing out. They always go out without me since I study in Penang, right? So once that I got the opportunity that I wanted to hang out with them, and then that's when the lockdown happened, like officially MCO 1.0. And then of course I couldn't meet up with them, and then that frustrated me. So I was kind of a little bit down at first, and then just cope with with at home lor. Just how
Okay. But how you cope with your frustration? Yeah. Did you
yeah
do something to distract yourself?
yeah, thankfully, during the start of the pandemic, it was also we did this campaign. So how I distract myself is through this campaign. The stress, the all the hard work, the things that we do. So that thing is kind of like a distraction, so that I
Mm,
wouldn't miss out the social life or going out as much, and I just
mm.
focus on the campaign and my studies basically.
Making it a success. Yeah, I like that. I like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Okay, I will go back to Allyssa a little bit because Allyssa, you are the project director.
Yes.
And during our pre-discussion of this live talk, it was kind of like, you know, you are kind of like the person who started off that particular thought. So what triggers this seed? I'm sure you have gone through certain emotions. That's why you feel like mental health and wellness is important. Health is an important thing for the youth. So what happened there?
So it started actually before the campaign period. We had one whole semester that we were already online, fully online. And I had like about 25, 30 assignments listed in a foolscap paper with the submission dates. And I knew it was back to back. Because if I don't list it out, I would probably miss one of them. And that would cost me
Mm,
my grade. So
mm,
having listing everything out, and I was like, this can't be just me. Like I took so many subjects that time, and even this semester I can actually consider myself lucky enough not to take that many subjects as some of my friends. So I would say my courses are not that heavy. It's just that I don't take that many subjects, so that's why I feel it's a bit slightly better for me. So
okay.
how I came up how we actually came up with the idea was during that period of time when we got to go back to the gym after the MCO 1.0.
Hold on
So,
to that part first. Hold on to that part. How was it for you all to study non-stop in front of the laptop?
oh,
Because
it was.
for me, working from home, um, you know, we have back-to-back meetings in front of the laptop. I think Zoom and Google Meets is really the new normal. No, everyone knows about it. Everyone, even no matter how old, how young you are, you know how to operate with Zoom. You know how to operate with Google Meets. But how was it to the two of you when you are studying in front and sitting at the same spot the whole day?
Initially, it was okay because I would get to eat behind the screen. I don't have to on my camera necessarily. So I could be wearing my pajamas and like just doing my own thing behind the screen, but still listening to the lecture. But after a while, it just became a routine that I just didn't like. I felt like a potato sitting on the seat only.
Okay. So
Yeah.
initially,
So
you did enjoy the freedom of getting to do what you wish when you are in a lecture hall. you have to behave in certain way, correct? But when
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
online, no one is watching, and you can switch off your video. Unlike high school and also primary school, where the teacher can insist you must on the video. But university life, I think, is slightly linear. But I hold on there because I have a lot of your friends, right, is really writing in and resonating with this topic. We have Kanan over here. We miss USM. We have Hannah, woohoo, Tan Su Fei, which is you, Alyssa. We have Karatu, if I'm not mistaken, Miss USM also. Elkanah, I feel so sad because this year is my final year in USM, which can spend more time with my course mate. Elkanah, don't worry, we will go into that as well later. Thank you so much. And I heard that there is no prom. Okay, I have Tira, I'm proud with you. Amirah, woohoo! All right, thank you. I think Kanan is also answering, how does it feel when you are sitting right in front of the laptop the entire day and studying, because you are absorbing informations and knowledge. At the same time, you have to put on extra energy to be focused in order to absorb. It's unlike when you're in the school where you have your friends, I miss out the notes, I can copy my notes from that person. I know that person is ultra focused person. I can choose not to listen to this 5 minutes, and later I just pinjam lah the notes from them, right? So Kanan over here is saying tiring. Nadia is so bad sitting in front of the laptop all the time. I have a lot of tiring. Tira, it's tiring. Alkana, as for me, mentally tired. And Sumaya, online class is lonely. Okay, Sumaya, you are special. Instead of tired, you are saying it's lonely. How about the two of you? Amirah, how do you feel sitting in front of the laptop the entire day to study?
I agree with everyone, all the comments. And then what Alyssa also said, it's so mentally draining, tiring, lonely, all of the above. And then it got to a point because you sit for so long, like your legs get numb. Yeah, it gets numb. Even I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, this is so not good. Because it's every day it's like that actually. And then really you just sit there, sometimes until the night, you don't move. So it affects your body in a way, I guess.
Yeah, especially you get shocked that you can even get numb when you are sitting on a chair.
Yeah.
That shows how long you have sat on the chair and not moving an inch, right? Because your classes, like Alyssa said, list down and the entire course, and then you realize everything is back to back. Your eyes are tired, and you don't get to have that personal touch to kind of like joke with your friends. I believe all these things are whatever all your peers are feeling very, very, missing all this life. Especially you guys are on your last final year. Okay, so I want to also go back to the story, Alyssa, how it all started.
So how it all started was, I don't think many of my members know this because I don't take full credit for this whole campaign. It wouldn't have gone well without them, all of them. So how this idea came up of making it a balanced lifestyle sort of campaign was, one day I was on a treadmill in the gym, and I was just thinking, what is health? Like, everyone will have a different definition to this one word.
I think you got, if correct me if I'm not if I'm wrong, you start to ask this question is after experiencing that full online time.
Yes, like, what can I do? Because it's not just me alone going through online learning. It's basically everyone working from home. Everything is basically with the laptop now. So I was just thinking, what can we all do that could impact lives instead of just benefiting us? So that's how the whole term of health came up. Because before we were known as Weight Pause, we were always known as the Balanced Lifestyle Gang. There's 30 of us in the team. So we were always known as, the BL gang, the BL gang. And of course, one day we will have to come up with the campaign name, the slogan, the tagline, and things like that. So that's how it got me started, like, with thinking, what is health to me, first of all. And then on the treadmill, I was like, there will be one definition that is like globally accepted. So I sent a text to my assistant and I said, hey, maybe we can do something around this word, health. Let's find out more about it. And that's how we actually started it with finding out what health actually meant by World Health Organization. and it is actually encompassing three aspects, which is social, mental, and physical. So that is actually our foundation of how our campaign was built.
Hold on, I have someone, Joe, who made a very good, funny comment that made me laugh that I wish to share. Joe over here said, Allyssa is my go-to person when I don't understand anything in class and she's no more there, and that's exactly why online classes are bad. Joe, that just shows how focused you are, and I'm sure you are the joker of the class, if I'm not wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong.
He is,
So
he
he is the joker of the class. And Amirah do give me that Allyssa and Amirah do give me that sense. The two of them, they really are the person for people to go to when they don't know how. Allyssa is my go-to person when I don't understand anything. Wow, that's good, Allyssa. And Joe, I hope you managed to cross your courses with flying colors when you have been studying the entire semester alone. Everyone over here. So, Allyssa, so the entire thing started off because I think the entire group is going through different phases emotionally. Can I maybe just drill a little bit? What kind of emotions, now when you look back, right, prior to wait, pause, what kind of emotions was kind of like circulating inside you? I'll start with Allyssa first.
So for me, I've always enjoyed schooling life, especially around my peers, my educators. And suddenly, being in my final year, I don't get that experience anymore, which I so really want. So I had to make the best out of virtual learning, which honestly I hate till today. I struggle till today. So prior to that, prior to the campaign, it was very stressful because I had assignments piling up, back to back deadlines. And if I don't do well in those assignments, that will affect my grade. So it was basically everything academically based. I wasn't very active, or like my mental health wasn't, I wouldn't say it was at the best state, or like before when I would get to meet my friends and, physical meeting
Connection,
up.
personal
Yeah,
touch,
physical connection.
human
Yes.
touch.
Yes,
You are a
correct.
person, I would say, correct me if I'm wrong, you are a extrovert, you are a group person, you are active person. On the contrary, Amirah is Amirah and Kanan is someone that I get to talk to more during the campaign, and making sure all the informations are being given. Amirah give me a different kind of feeling. She is a very, introvert, I would say, love her own space and very stable, very calm. So, Allyssa, to you, you felt a lot of stress, right? And
Yeah.
you really miss that feeling, and that feeling frustrates you because you
Yes.
couldn't have that human touch with your peers anymore. No more hang out as Subaida. Yeah,
Yes.
see, it's Subaida, right? So one
Yes.
of the comments. So Amirah, how about
Correct.
you? What was the emotions that you were going through during the beginning and towards the, when we all know, this is it, you are not going to go back to your school anymore. So what emotions that surface out?
Yeah, at first it was kind of a struggle to adapt because it's quite an adjustment actually. Because you have to adjust the environment you always go to. It's basically a routine, right? When your life at campus as a student, you go to the lecture hall with your friends, and then you do your work together. You have discussions, group discussions, and then after that you go eat at Subaida. You eat together, and then basically that's the whole thing. Even when you go back to your dorm, you're with your roommates, so your friends. Basically, the environment is everything is different. But now when you're at home, it's like it's just the same spot, same place, and it's quite hard to adjust. But when I noticed that it's actually my final year will be just like this, it was kind of sad because it didn't even feel. I think like the final year is actually the most fun it should have been. Like everyone enjoys their final year, but that opportunity, that chance was stolen from us. We didn't get to prom night. We didn't get to experience like photo taking, the viva after our what report, and then we couldn't do Viva physically. We have to do it online. So that was sad. We can't take nice dressed up pictures together with friends for a good memory. And like it didn't even feel like if we were gonna graduate, something like that. So it
Mm.
kind of makes me sad in a way.
Hold on. I'm gonna turn things around. I have Nadia over here. I miss you, Ali. I have Nadia over here also missing my lecturers too. I hope all the USM lecturers you are watching for the very first time, your students are missing you. In the past, we don't really miss our lecturers that much. I have to be honest, right? But to all the lecturers, and all the teachers and all the professors, you know what? I salute all of you for doing this together for your students and making sure that the knowledge is delivered. And crying face, okay. Salabia, I feel you. Amirah and Joe, man, don't remind me of calm night. I might just cry. You know what, Joe? It's okay for men to cry as well. Go ahead and cry. And we have Alkana agreed with you, Amirah. So since we have gone through all the I would say all the downsides of the emotions, especially during MCO, right? And you all your final year, and one thing that during the discussion is you highlighted to me, which is something that I never think about, is this is the final year for all of you, and you would never imagine your final year will be like this at home, right? Because for those who are in year 1, year 2, year 3, they still have another year to go. They still have a chance to go back to the university, correct? But I I want to also know, what did you gain in this MCO prior or even during the preparations of weight loss? Something I'm sure when there is some losses, you will gain something, because we say give and take, right? You will lose something, at the same time you will gain something as well, or you will gain something and you have to let go something as well, because you cannot take things when your hands are full, correct? So Amirah, what is it that you gain, that you feel there is hope, and there is love around despite all these things?
So a thing that I think is the best thing is that because my environment is at home, so I got to share most things on like most problems with my mom. Like we've been closer than ever now because I can't go out and meet up with my friends. And then it's different when you text people, right? You can't really share things the way you want it to. So physically, my mom is in front of me, so I share things with her. And then now that she gives me great advices to help me cope with the campaign, so in a way it's like a blessing in disguise. Like you turn things around and then you see the positive side, and then it brings like the relationship even better.
Oh, that's so beautiful that, because of this, your family bonds together. And I heard, which is something that shocked me, that your dad makes sure everyone will work at the same desk.
Yes. It's a thing that he makes everyone, each family member, to sit on, like to do their work at the dining table. So he thinks that it's a family bonding. We can share things together, and then in between, like even though our laptops in front of it, we can still see each other and then talk it out. And then when it's lunchtime or whatnot, and then we can just put it aside and then talk more about it. But actually, it's honestly because the Wi-Fi connection is the strongest there. The Wi-Fi that is just beside the dining table. So everyone had their own reasons. Like, okay, I'll just go with your bonding. But yeah, people has their own reasons.
I like that, but you know what? It also it's a good experience for those who are still working from home and studying at home as well, to think about doing it this way, and everyone is on their earphone and everyone get to sit at the same spot. Because for my family, we don't do it like that. We all have our own room and we are basically at our own space. We don't really see each other like as if we are working. When we go out to work, we only see each other during lunchtime and also dinner time. So I feel, for Amirah, you guys get to bond better, right? That is so beautiful. Allyssa, I wish for you to share something as well. But before that, I have a lot of comments that I need to pull out. I have, let me see. Nadia is saying that today is Dr. Atika's birthday. So happy birthday to Dr. Atika. Make sure that Nadia, you share this to her because I'm going to sing birthday song to her later. All right. And I will make sure that Allyssa and also Amirah will sing together with me. So Nadia, make sure you share this to Dr. Atika and get her to come in. We will do it before our closing, okay? So happy birthday to you, Dr. Atika. Thank you very much for guiding all your students, and they have been very, very wonderful. And I believe all your students will be someone in the future in our society, making a change and making a difference to our wealth and mental health as well. So I have Izati. Sometimes online classes is just sad. Like how? Why is it sad? Let me know. Izati, share with us. Salabia, I love you too, Amirah. Yes, I love you too, Salabia. Yeah. Amirah, you want to say something to your friends?
I love you too. I love you all.
Oh, very good. Sumaya, mother-daughter goals. Yes, exactly. We have Muivun. Hope can graduate at DTSP. What is that? Can the two of you enlighten me?
It's day one. The
Oh,
hall, the
day
main
one.
hall. Day
The
one.
hall. Okay, okay. Winnie, plans always fall behind changes, so we have to learn to adapt. Yes, very, very beautiful. Nadia, yes, our lecturers and my supervisor too. Okay, Nadia say yeah already. Joe over here. During this period, I really understood that as much as we say we are ready for this futuristic world with technologies and stuff, in reality, we are not. We need human touch so badly. Yes, in the end, we are all human beings, and human beings are prone to have emotions. And emotions, a lot of time, it's about feelings, right? You feel love, you feel hope. You never say, I think love, I think hope. Because this is not something that you can create. This is something that you can create through feelings. It's not something that you can materialize in a physical object, correct? So when it's a distant thing like this, you kind of like lose touch of all the personal touch. And but I really, really want to know from Allyssa, what did you gain? Even though you are a person who love so much, like me, love so much, going out, you know what did you gain?
Well, for me, like what you've just said, I love going out. So before this whole pandemic thing, I would always be hanging out with my friends, just going out to malls, doing things outside. And I would also be hanging out with my family, just that it would be outside of the house. So now I would spend more time at home, more time by myself, sometimes in the room, sometimes with them. But one thing that I've learned throughout this journey is that to pick up things that you would not have done even if you were given time before. So like for me, I picked up learning Spanish actually on this
Wow.
on the language app that we can all find on App Store or any of
Yeah.
the stores that we have. So picking up a language, I felt that was something that I did not have time to do before this because I would always be hanging out at malls or going to movies with friends, eating, just
Mm,
chit chatting, being like face to face. But then now
mm,
without that, I had to find something that would still sort of like bring me joy or like
mm,
something that makes it different from
mm,
what it
mm.
would have been. So making the best out of what we are all in now is what I've learned to do instead of just
That's
whining
beautiful.
about it. Like,
Yes.
oh, I can't go out. Like, whining will not bring me anywhere. It won't
Yes.
change the pandemic or anything. Also,
Yes.
so yeah,
Yes.
making the
I
best out of the
agree.
situation. Yeah.
Nice. And I believe, this is something that I would say this is something that to all the audience. I love what Allyssa has shared. I just wish to recap and emphasize on this. Always find something that spark joy in you in every situation, whether you are in a happy situation or you are in a challenging or difficult situation or even sad situation. Find that spark of joy, right? It doesn't make sense when I say find that joy in when you're sad, but it will helps you to come out of that sadness, right? It will give you a purpose to continue to move on. I have my admin wish to ask you, Allyssa, what is I love you in Spanish?
Wow, on the spot. I'm still learning it, so I haven't actually gotten to this. Like they have those levels where you can unlock like flirting or asking questions. I'm just saving
Wow.
that flirting side, for when the time comes.
when the time comes. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Joke aside, joke aside. We have Debbie over here. Good job, Alyssa. Agree with you. We have Hannah, CNCO.
It's a Spanish
CNCO.
band that I'm listening to their music now.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
huge
okay.
fan.
All right. All right, all right, all right. Bring joys to Alyssa. So we go back a little bit to the weight pause, and thank you very much to all the audience who are participating. Make sure you continue. If you have any question you wish to ask Alyssa or Amirah or even myself, go ahead and write it out on the comment, and we'll pull it up. So, what is the foundation of this weight pause campaign that your entire team has put up? You briefly
So
mentioned just now.
yeah, how we came up with the idea was that little light bulb moment in the gym. So that was the starting point, and then after that we searched what health was, and we agreed as a team that instead of being called Balanced Lifestyle or the BL Gang again, we would come up with a name that was suitable. And so why we came up with Weight Pause is so that we would like to convey the message that we would like everyone who is involved, and especially our target audience, which is youth in Malaysia, to actually take some time and just pause and think about what you're doing. Because now we're also focused on working from home, virtual learning, and we don't
Mm.
actually have the time to self care or, like, think of the things that once brought joy to us. So that's how we came up with the Weight Pause name of the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And our tagline was Together We Strive,
Mm-hmm.
because we wanted to share the message that we will get through this pandemic. It's just a matter of time. So while we're going through it now, at least we have each other. And that is one of our main aspects that we highlighted in our campaign, which is to create an online community for youths in Malaysia to just get together. Since now social gatherings, you can't really meet up, and not just can't really, you really can't even meet up in person. So the only way is to, online, make use of what we have and what we can.
Nice. And you mentioned you have three pillars, which is social, mental, and physical. So what is it about social that weight pause advocates or educate or share?
We wanted to create a community that would help everyone in changing the way they saw their life now, because not
Mm.
everyone would say not everyone will be able to just suddenly be able to change because of the new norm and how we socialize, right? So
Mm.
how we, or rather how I did it, was by, although there's no more physical touch, there's always online platforms that you could still connect with your friends.
Mm.
So I would constantly find ways, instead of just last time meeting face to face or like meeting up in a cafe just to chat. Now it would just be through text. But text,
Okay.
there's also the risk of having the tone of the message not being able to be delivered properly. So there will also be phone calls being made here and there, just to chit chat and just check out on one another.
Nice. How about mental, Amira? How about for the mental part?
Mental, because it's mental and physical were the main part that we thought for the balanced lifestyle. And then the mental, of course, during this pandemic, it's quite obvious that a lot of people were affected. And then that's the main thing that we wanted to address as well, to have a
Mm-hmm.
balanced lifestyle through mentally. And then that's why we tried to do our events, activities based on that. So everything revolves around um, all these things, and mentally especially, because we wanted to, for the social, like Alyssa said, online support community. We wanted to create this as socially a community that is supportive. And now that we have to do it online, so we tried our best to create it through social medias.
So, what kind of event that specifically you and your team have curated under this mental pillar during the weight pause campaign?
The main one, we had two events. For the first event, it was mainly revolves around physical aspect. So we did a virtual exercise class. So we had some Dewan Budaya USM as our collaborator, and then we did somebody from there, and then the trainer, she would do exercises, and then everyone would tag along and do it as well for
Mm.
an hour. Yeah, so that's one of our event. The second one was a
Mm-hmm.
virtual webinar, And then the topic was combating burnout. So we specifically chose that topic to talk about these three things, the three pillars. So we had panelists from physical, mental, and youth aspect. So all these three panelists, they really talk their experience, their expertise, and I think they shared quite a lot during that webinar.
Nice. And I watched that webinar also. I believe there are a lot of pointers is really useful, not just for the youth, but for anyone who is going through any emotions, or even having that same little frustrations that's inside us, that we have been sitting in front of our laptop all night long, all day long. We will be burnout without even knowing, because that amount of tensions on our body and the amount of stress that we are going through in mentally, we will not know until we have that awareness. And it's very, very good that you and your team, Allyssa, Amirah, together with the entire BL tribe, right, put up
So
this
now we're known as the wait pause now.
Oh, now it's the Wait Pause tribe.
That
Okay,
was the beginning.
that was the beginning. All right, we have Nadia over here. Indeed, it is true, Miss Christina. I think this is referring to me. Nadia, sorry, I lost you. What is it that is true? Can you please enlighten me a little bit? Okay, so how was the entire planning journey for your entire team? So now we know that the you have your foundation, which is three things. Let me just pull it out. Social, evolve, and find different ways that you can socialize, which something that Allyssa has mentioned, which is, do call people, do a Zoom call, things like that. Make sure that you still are in touch socially with your friends. Second is for mental. You have in Wait Pause, you also shared and advocate, find and do what makes you relax, right? And you guys have done a lot of different events on the page as well as on your Facebook page. And also the last one is the physical, which is just be active, where you have someone. And I see that there are people submitting images and short videos, in order to entitle for lucky draw, that they have to show what they have do physically in that day. Is that correct? Is that one of your campaign?
Yeah. It's one of our activities. We go by Together We series. So like for the webinar, it was Together We Learn, or Together We Talk, and then we did Together We Relax. That's for
Oh, wow.
mentally, to focus on mental.
Mm.
So they post videos on how they relax. That's how, and then they post on their social media, and then we choose the most likes for them to win a prize,
Oh,
signing
wow.
prizes.
What anything that caught the two of you, maybe Allyssa, what is that one thing that you never thought someone would have done to relax among all the submission?
Among all the submission, the one to relax was actually to be playing mobile games or even cards. Like I
Mobile?
didn't find, yeah, mobile games. There was I think it was one of our members. They shared with us that playing games was how they relax. But
Oh,
for me, I
wow.
felt playing games would be constantly achieving the next level, or like getting an upgrade to, a better, I don't know, a better prize or something through the game,
Mm.
right? But if
Mm.
that's what makes the person relax, then I mean, you do you. Find what makes you relax, right? So
Mm.
yeah, I was pretty surprised that playing mobile games, people would also feel relaxed by that, with how kanchiong some games can get.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that also show everyone has their own unique way to relax, and what relaxes me, what relax me doesn't mean it apply to you. Everyone has to find their own ways to relax. I like what is Joe asking over here. I wonder how parents reacted to this campaign. I'm not a parent, but I feel it's a campaign that is very much needed. A different age group. But if there's any parents who is watching together with your children, let us know if you are aware of this campaign, and how what you think of it as well. Okay, so I want to go back a little bit about how was it, the planning session. What kind of challenge that you guys go through? Allyssa,
So
maybe.
planning was hard because we all expected a physical meeting. It would be easier to convey a message and to discuss. But since we were not allowed back to campus and everything was carried out online, so we all had Google Meet meetings frequently, and discussing everything at once was hard because I don't know if on the other end my friends were there. So like whenever I asked for suggestions and all, some would answer and some would just, agree and play along. But at the end of the day, we all got the concept. We all understood the concept. So that is one positive and one great thing that happened. Because if we did not get to that stage where everybody understood the whole campaign objectives and what our direction was, then it would have been harder for us to carry out this campaign, since it was like all our grades were riding on it, and it was a final year project that we wanted to represent our school and also make an impact in lives. So discussion was pretty bad in the beginning, but we found a way to overcome that and to just have open discussions and throw out your ideas, your suggestions, your criticism, so that everybody knows where you're coming from. Because it's my first time being a project director for such a big project. So I'm not perfect whenever it comes to handling big projects. Like I say, it's the first one. So having suggestions from all friends coming from all walks of life, that really helped in making this campaign a success as well.
Nice. I love when the two of you share with me before this live talk about all these things that you guys have gone through, and open communication and discussion as a team to resolve all challenges was one of the key thing that all of you practice, making sure that because you have just one aim, you really want to make this campaign successful and you really wish to impact the life of the youth, and there's only one way to go and it must be done, right? So open communications and discussion as a team to resolve challenges is very, very useful, especially like you say, it's all on the screen. You really do not know whether that person is paying attention with you or not, especially you don't have that. And I want to praise one thing about the campaign is this is also you guys done another record where this is the very first time a project as such was being done virtually, because in the past all the final year student is a physical campaign, correct?
Yes,
What
correct.
is the pro and cons that you receive when you are doing it virtually? And
Virtually, I would
the
say,
project director.
virtually, I would say I don't get to be there physically when a department faces an issue. It's all through text or virtual meetings, and I don't get to actually plan out the solution with them, like all seated and like, okay, let's hear your suggestion. It's all mostly like, okay, all online. And I would say online is not really helpful, but that's all we have now when it comes to discussions and all. And being the first campaign virtually online and from School of Communication, there wasn't any how to say example that we could follow, or like tips and tricks that we could get from seniors. So we were basically all learning from this new experience, and maybe our campaign would help those juniors who would want to do a virtual campaign instead of a physical campaign in the future. It
Or
is
a
doable,
hybrid,
yeah.
or a
Yeah, or
hybrid.
hybrid. Yes, it is
Yes,
doable. It's just
yes.
there are struggles when it comes to virtual, and there are also struggles when it comes to physical. But I can't say much on the physical aspect because I was not given the opportunity to carry out a physical and a virtual for me to compare which would have weighed out the pros and cons.
But Amirah, if there is one good thing about running this virtually, what is it from you as a relationship head of public relationship department?
For PR, I think the follow-ups, the stuff, and then you call them, it's you have to do it through calls, right? So it's not really affected in that sense. So it's just mainly the meetings, the discussion. That's where we're affected a lot, like miscommunication if we do have it. But mainly the PR stuff, the calling, follow up, even writing some press release, invitation letter weren't really affected as much, I think.
One thing I would say, if without the pandemic, if this campaign wasn't done virtually, I don't think how Body Mind Soul can come in. You got what I mean?
Yeah.
If because you guys are in Penang, we are in KL. In the past, it will never occur to you to find something out of a physical media around your region, like you
Yeah.
will focus more on Penang a media where you can meet them up, go to their office, talk to them. You might not think, I mean, for me, I might, for me personally, to be honest, I might not even think, how can I reach out to those who are not physically, I can meet up. But because of the pandemic, everyone knows Google Meet, everyone knows Zoom. So that's where, Amirah, we had a meeting, you, me, and Kanan together, and that's where we firmed things up right away. I said, okay, let's do this. For me, I'd make decision just like that because I really, 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 really love this campaign so much, and I wish to support. I hold this up for a while. I have Salabia here asking me a question. How do you cope with the pandemic, Christina? I'll answer this later. I have Faiz. Well done, Elitan. Proud of you. I have Tira over here. We have Tira. Yes, I understand what Allyssa think. I think this is about the game. But
Yes.
for me, it's literally distracted me from real world while playing. And I met new friends too and build up new relationship without they need to know the real me. Wow, okay. And Salabia, it's not public relationship, but public relation. Okay, thank you, Salabia, for correcting me. Thank you. And we have Izati. This campaign is a great idea. All right, so Amirah, what is the thing that what are the challenges that you go through from public relation department, PR department?
We face many rejections. That's number one. Like many rejections. But we still got to find those collaborations because we had a deadline, and then the event date was set. We already put it in the proposal. So back then, we thought we couldn't change the date because we thought we would lose mark for the proposal, and then we were pressured to actually find a collaboration to get to that date. So with the rejections we had, one way or another, we had to find the collaborations, and then thankfully my team members, Kanan, got his own connections, and then we managed to get that Dewan Budaya. So that was really great. And then for the other events, the other event for the webinar also, we had struggles. Like there's this one where we called the organization like so many times because it's I don't know, maybe it's under government, and then they don't work at office. So many times my
I
team
think one of the
members,
difficulties is because all the office number, no one is picking up
yeah,
because we are all
exactly.
working from home. Correct,
Yeah.
correct.
So maybe that's one of the reasons also. So that's why we email, they don't really answer those organizations. And then when we call, they don't really answer as well. So we had to move on and find backup and try to approach differently. So that's why we tried to, if there's a media outlet or something, we look up to the website, and then there's a lot of emails. So you just need to, I think, the way we see it when we discussed was that to find an appropriate email address to approach, like not really find the one that's like director or something, like someone with a lower rank. So they would tend to answer it better rather than just somebody who's big enough and they don't really read the emails as much. So
Mm,
that
mm,
way we got more media coverage through that because they actually answered well. And we
mm.
just, now that we found our pace when we got it, and we just maintained it throughout the end of the campaign.
Nice. And Amirah, for your case, when you and your team received so many rejection, how did you motivate yourself and motivate your team?
Yeah, it was actually a struggle because, especially with the pressure, I sometimes, with the deadline, at first, I didn't let the team know that we would lose mark if we didn't get to that date. If
Oh,
we
you
want
mean
to
they
change
don't know?
at first, yeah, at the beginning. So it was only like the head of departments knew that. So I was like, oh man, how do I say this to them? They will also feel the pressure too. But so I held the burden and I held the pressure all by myself. And then I was like, how do I? And then I talked to Kainan because I know he said that he has connections with Dewan Budaya and actually there were other things, but also those were rejected as well. So I talked with him, and then we come up with a better solution. So that made me feel better. And then thankfully we were on set with the date. And then basically it was hard. I just need to motivate myself and found my way a leader, I suppose, to convey message well and not to demotivate them. And then we had discussions to make things better. So we turn things around in a way, I guess.
Nice, beautiful that you get to learn more about leadership. Allyssa, how about you? You know, you have a bigger team to manage,
Yeah.
and different departments will face different rejections. And you have said that, you know, as a leader and you don't get to meet them physically, how did you motivate yourself? And I love the spirit of never give up in your team. So how did you do that? What have you learned?
I gotta admit, when they faced rejection, I felt like, oh no, this is not gonna work. It was always like a dead end. Each time one person would come back and tell me, oh, we got rejected again. I'm like, wait, that this can't be happening. We gotta find a way that would, push ourselves and make our campaign what we want it to be, which is to impact youth's lives. So
Mm.
each rejection that was brought up to me during a meeting, I would also feel a bit demotivated. Like at the end of the day, I'm also still human. So,
Yes.
but of course, I wouldn't directly say it to my members because that would also probably further demotivate them more because they already tried. I know they tried their best. But for me to feel that way, the only way that I could overcome that was to constantly give them support. Like, don't give up. You can still do it. There are many other different solutions to this. Why don't let's take a different approach? And of course, going to and fro discussions with my assistant and my advisor as well. We managed to come up with a plan that all departments would take a different approach, not just the same approach because we're all dealing with different things. You see,
Yes.
so they all took different approaches, and somehow a miracle happened, and we found our way, and each department found their own special ways in getting what is needed for the campaign.
Beautiful. We have Sumaya over here, such an amazing team that has persevered to hustle and succeed the campaign. Congratulations. And I was about to pull out that what we learned, you know, especially for me, I was just sharing with Allyssa and Amirah to all the audience. And I was just telling them, you know, Tuesday when they shared this piece of story with me, it motivated me so much and it uplifted me so much as well. Because I can feel their teamwork. I can really, really feel their teamwork. And in their team, they each one of them know their responsibilities and they have clarity of their roles. Each one play a very important role. And like what Allyssa have shared, you know, it's not just a one person effort, it's an effort of the entire team making it successful, and the entire effort of the entire team for not giving up at all at any expense, you know, at any event. You know, we just want to make sure we will continue to impact the youth life, and this is what you guys have done, and I really, really adore that. So let me see, did I miss out anything? No, I didn't. I want to go back. I will just take some time to go back to what's her name? Salabia's question. How do you cope with the pandemic, Christina? This is a very good question. I feel at first during MCO, none of us was given a time to reflect. How do we feel? What is our emotions? We were so into trying to adapt to the new normal, especially for working culture. They are KPIs like your targets, right? They are also certain targets that we need to hit. And with the entire situation changes and the entire environment switch. So for me, last year, it was also my first year to take over Body, Mind, Soul as a whole, that I become the managing director of Body, Mind, Soul as well. So I had a lot to learn. I don't have a background of business management mindset. I graduated with a music degree. I was very well versed in event management. So when you guys talk about virtual and physical and hybrid, that's where, you know, I know all the terms, right? But when it comes to entrepreneurship, business mindset, this is something that I really very grateful that I get to learn. You know, like learning from the two of you and your entire team, and with Kanan, you know, Kanan spirits is like that. Always excited, you know. And what I love about Kanan, and I just want to take this opportunity to shout out to Kanan, is your heart of gratitude. your heart of gratitude, the way you say thank you, it really come from your heart. And with that, I appreciate that very, very much. To support weight pause was something that I personally have manifested when I took over Body Mind Soul. I told myself, I said, I really want to penetrate into a younger crowd because I know they are going through a lot of emotions like me. How I cope with the pandemic is really facing my emotions and digest my emotions. And I was just sharing with Amirah and Allyssa right before we come to live that, I was going through my despair moment. That's something that I spoke about during my Friday weekly TGIF with Christina yesterday. And Allyssa was there watching it. And yeah, I allow myself to cry. I really allow myself to cry. And like what Allyssa said, as a leader, you don't know everything. Correct or not, Allyssa? Correct
Yeah.
me. And I'm not perfect as well, like you, Allyssa. This is one of the biggest realization I realized as a leader. We are not perfect, but we have the attitude of never give up. We had the attitude that there will always be a way. There will always be a way out. It's just that I have not found it yet. But let's not give up. Let's continue to find it and let's modify it and let's turn things around. One thing is, yesterday I talked about is for Salabia, I think for you as well, we allow ourselves to cry. Whether you are a guy or a girl, allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to express your emotions. But remember, don't cry as a loser. This is very important. Cry as a winner. Cry knowing that you will find a way later, but allow yourself to express the emotion. So this is one of the biggest thing that I cope with myself, because we cannot think clearly when we are emotionally drained or when we are being clouded with a lot of emotions. Emotions can be stressed, emotions can be pressured, emotions can be worries and fear. Allow ourselves to express, and that will give us that sense of clarity. So Salabia, I hope I answered you, and let me know if you have any question. Please type and let me know if I have answered you correctly. If not, I'm going to wrap this very, very quickly in a while. Thank you so much to all the audience. Continue to follow Body Mind Soul if you can, because we have this weekly talk every Saturday at 3 p.m. and every Friday at TGIF with Christina. But Allyssa and Amirah, one thing that I've surprised you right before this session is, what is that takeaway that you wish to share through your experience so far with Weight Pause to the audience out there? I will start with Amirah first. That one takeaway that you wish to share.
That I wish to share that because everyone has their problems that we don't know of. And then I think that we need just to be there for each other and to maybe to reach out to people and ask them if how everyone's doing. Like
Mm.
to your close friends or to your family, and then like because everyone's maybe you see like they're actually okay but they're not, that we don't know of. So I just wish that everyone would be more supportive and then like help mentally, like we need to be in this together in a way to handle this pandemic because we're all stuck here, and then I wish that everyone can just help each other to be better.
I like that. Practice empathy, check on your
Yeah.
friends, check on the person that you least think of will have something wrong. Those are the person who are usually got a lot of struggles inside them that they don't usually share. So it's very important. And thank you, Amirah. This is very, very good piece of information to share out with everyone, especially those who are watching or maybe watching it later. Thank you very much, Amirah. Allyssa, how about you?
For me, I feel the takeaway from this talk that I hope everyone would, take with them is that don't compare yourself to others. Do what makes you yourself feel good about yourself and sparks joy, especially during this time now when we all need to find our own space or our own thing that makes us happy. So it might not be playing cards, playing games, or hanging out by the beach alone. if you really want to spend time alone. Like for me, I'm an extrovert, so I would tend to just chit chat with my friends, and that's how I find the thing that makes me happy the most, especially since now there's no more social gatherings. So yeah, don't compare yourself to others. Find what sparks joy in you, and don't forget to be kind.
Yes,
Yeah.
like that, spark joy. Find something that spark your joy. Continue to move forward and stay positive. And don't forget to be kind and practice empathy. I have over here Joe. Thank you, Body Myself, for this great session. So santai, santai, good one. What is santai, santai?
Like relax, very chill.
Oh yeah. Because Christina is like that. Christina cannot host a very serious talk. When I need to host a very serious talk, that's not me and that's not Body Mind Soul. I can do a moderation, like a really panelist, but that will be a very different setting. But for Body Mind Soul Live Talk, it has always been through a casual conversation. Whoever that's on board, they have their own unique stories that can inspire anyone out there, right? So this is what we believe. Kanan, all the best to Body Mind Soul for future events. Thank you very much, Kanan. I have my dear friend Amy. Stay happy and positively. Thank you, Amy, and also Kanan. Thank you to Ali and Amirah and the whole Wait Pause teams who make the campaign successful. Salabia, keep up the good works, guys. Salabia, I hope I answer your question. Yeah, let me know if I don't, and I'll answer you separately. Thank you, Body Mind Soul, Christina, Allyssa, and Amirah for the inputs. All the best in the future, and thank you to all the audience. And I remember, I think Nadia, make sure that your lecturer is here, that we need to sing a birthday song to Dr. Atika. I remember about that. All right. And I would need to get Allyssa and Amirah to sing together with me. I know there will be a little bit lagging, but it's good to wish your professor, Dr. Atika, happy birthday. So, Dr. Atika, happy birthday to you. And this is from all of us, from on behalf of Body Mind Soul. I'll be representing from Body Mind Soul. It's not a coincidence that today is your birthday. And we have Allyssa and Amirah here to sing together with me. All right. So every Friday I tend to have song requests. I didn't know today I will also have a song request, but it wasn't a request, it was a self-request. So I wish to give a gift back to your lecturer who has been supporting you guys. Your lecturer, right?
She's our campaign advisor, yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So thank you, Dr. Atika, for supporting your group and making an impact to the youth life as well. Is really, really resonating with Body Mind Soul, that we wish to impact life positively, and this is our slogan. And let's hit it. 1, 2, 3. Happy
Happy birthday
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 to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
To
birthday
you.
you. Happy
Happy birthday,
birthday
Birthday
to
to Dr.
Dr.
Atika.
Atika.
Happy
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 birthday
birthday to
to you.
you.
you. All right, send in all the hand claps, all the fireworks into the chat now. And yeah, so I have over here, thanks Miss Christina and Body Mind Soul team for the contribution from day one until today. Thank you very much, Kanan. It's our greatest honor. It was a great sharing from Nadia. Happy birthday, doctor. And then we have Nadia. Indeed, the sharing is the best. We have Nadia. Yes, thank you, Miss Christina, by the way. But thank you very much, Tira, and all the fireworks. So with that, and yeah, we have Sophia, a lot of heart shape coming in already. And Sumaya, happy birthday, wishing you endless prosperity and health. Yes, that's to Dr. Atika. So, Dr. Atika, I hope you watch this. And if Dr. Atika is not watching this live, all of you just go spam her and send her this live talk, because our live talk is always stay in our platform, whether it's our Body Mind Soul Facebook page or our Body Mind Soul YouTube channel. YouTube channel will take some time to upload, but send this to her, let her feel the joy from all of us over here. So Winnie over here has a very good sentence that I really wish to put out. Wait, pause, end, but our spirits still go on. Yes, correct. Wait, pause has end. It's one of your journey, and congratulations to all of you out there
Thank
who
you.
has been it a success. But remember, the journey is never ending. It's forever. There's something out there for you to create as well. And I believe with this, the two of you and your entire team has learned a lot. And also, I want to thank the both of you for coming up today and saying yes to this live talk. Have a chat and santai together with me. I learned a new word. And you know what? I wish all of you all the best in whatever you do. And do have a prom virtually, maybe, I don't know. And whatever you work in future, may this experience anchor important seeds inside you that you will never give up in your life. And to all the audience, let us continue to be positive and never give up in our life as well. All right, with that, I will say goodbye to everyone over here. And thank you. Last words, Allyssa and Amirah, want to say goodbye to your team and all the audience?
Bye, friends.
Thank you
Thanks
for
for
tuning
supporting.
in. Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
goodbye.